Day 2 of Target surprises? Maybe I should have played the Mega Millions. Hi, and welcome to A Punk with Toys. My name is Lawrence, and today we're going to take a look at the Target exclusive, or is that the Target elusive? Python Patrol Cobra Bat. Yes, we pre-ordered this 300, I think now 83 days ago, but I'm not going to get into that. If you want to see, hear my rambling, go check out my Outback video. So anyway, we're going to take a look at this guy. We're going to review him. We're going to compare him to the O-Ring Python Patrol. We're going to compare him to the original Classified. Hell, we may even compare him to the 3-pack. But before we get started, let's get into it. You know the drill. Take a second, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, and hit that bell notification so you're notified every time one of the Target exclusives come out. So, and I mentioned this at the end. I'm going to mention at the beginning. Always hit the like button of people you're watching, because it really does help the analytics when it comes to YouTube. All the content creators definitely do appreciate it. So anyway, let's get into this. So this is going to be one of the last of the window packages as they go to plastic free. And there you have your Viper. It tells you that is the Python Patrol. And then you have the artwork on the side. Again, I do believe all this is the exact same artwork as the original Cobra Island Viper. Here you have his backpack, his gun, his goggles, his sidearm. That's his magazine. And then he is in all his glory. He does not come with a scarf. I'm not sure. I mean, seriously, that must have saved, Hasbro at least a half a cent, because we know they do so much for money. There is number 42. There's the file card. You have to go look it up on the G.I. Joe website, which I don't think has been updated for ever. Again, I think it's useless. Here we go. Here's the back. Much like the Cobra Island, it's highlighting certain spots. I do wonder if this is supposed to be on Cobra Island, or maybe if it's somewhere else. I'm sure someone knows the backstory of it. It looks really cool. No montage. And the montage is going away anyway. So let's get out of this, because you guys don't want to look at me. You guys want to see the figure. Let's see if this one has wobbly legs like all the other ones. I'm going to guess yes. We will find out. So let's take a look at them. Alright, so I got them out of the box, and I already did something beforehand, and I'm going to answer the burning question that everyone is wondering. Is he all one color? Well, let's look. His neck is white, and so are his forearms. So if anyone is wondering, is, hey, maybe are his forearms also black and his neck white? Not here. He's all one color. And a little update on that while I'm putting this back together. It sounds like anyone that ordered from Amazon is going to get troopers that are actually the same color, but BBTS, Entertainment Earth, or anywhere else that you ordered it from, they're the ones that have the mixed bag of the half white, half black figure. So, all right. So quickly, we're going to take a look at this figure. Got him standing up here. And do they have the wobbly legs? They're not as wobbly, but there's just something that they don't seem really tight. I think I'm going to try that pine saw, maybe do a video on it. That's supposed to help not stiffen, but make them a little bit stickier. So when you have a loose figure, let's say like this guy, you can fix that. Matter of fact, these guys are the same way. That's my biggest complaint about the Viper. So this one seems a little bit more solid. So we'll take a look at him here. This was before they decided to go pinless. So he does have double joints, bicep swivel, wrist, runs in and out. He can look down. He can look up side to side. Or he can kind of look up. Can't look up all the way. T-pose, no problem. Bicep swivel there. Again, no issues. No double jointed knees, but not pinless yet there. Thigh swivel. Same with here. He's so bulky, his boots are bulky, he can't really kick his butt, but That's fine. I can't do that either. Let's see here. His Jean-Claude Van Damme. He can almost get into it, but not completely. And again, there's your drop down hips. You want to push those back up. Boot cut on both. No issues. He's not sticky at all. And then he has the ankle rockers. Everything looks really good there. So let's get right into comparing him to the O-ring version and how faithful are they to the O-ring version, because you can watch my comparison of the original Viper and how he is to a Viper, and obviously they are the same figure. So looking at this, clearly right off the front, you can see his pockets are yellow. They did away with that. But they did paint the grenades black. No Cobra symbol here, where he has one up here. And then his shoulder pads up here are yellow. The same with up top there. You can take the gauntlets off. And again, you're going to see his exposed skin. They obviously made it go down further here so the gauntlets cover it. The gauntlets, as you can see, are textured. Same with these gauntlets. When you get down to the boots, they have the knee pads. Now these ones have more texture to it, where this one is just a soft boot. And then on the side, you're going to have his pocket. Same with here. And once it hits right here, it stops. It does have the pouches along his belt, which is yellow. Now, on this one here, you have more of paint texture on the actual chest and belly. And up here, where this one, they only do it up on the shoulder. And they specifically talked about that, if I remember correctly. You know, it's been so long since they, showed off this figure that it's hard to remember exactly what they talked about. So, and then on the side, here we go again. Oops, lift this up. And you can see the yellow stripe, it goes down. But here, he has a holster for a sidearm, which he doesn't have here. Again, pouches. Now, the one thing that people have complained about was how it stops here. And it looked like the legs were on backwards. And in actuality, that's the way these were supposed to be. This was actually supposed to stop right here, but still go down the side here. That is technically what this one is doing. I'm not understanding. It seems like the aesthetic would make more sense if it went down all the way, but unfortunately, it does not. So, and then on the back here, you have, again, the Python paint apps, which you don't have on his vest. Looking at the helmets, he has a red faceplate, black helmet. Now they put some paint apps right across there, the same way they did with the Viper, which they don't have here. But if you look at the Viper, I'm going to get a better camera for everyone. You can tell that there is some texture on there. Like it was supposed to be painted, but it was so small they didn't even bother. But they got it done here. And on the back, you can see there's some sort of like electronics, probably so you could speak into it. Here, on this one, it's more covered. So, if I find the glasses, well, the goggles here are red. The same with the O-ring Python Patrol. So, pretty good faithful recreation. Again, same as the Viper. This was when they weren't doing exact knockoffs of the O-rings. I like that there was some sort of change. But that's not what they're really doing now. Now everything is pretty much a side-by-side, just throw them in water and they expand. Here's the backpack. And here is the Viper backpack. Again, a little different, but still very similar. This is the same backpack that comes with all the other ones. Here is from the 3-pack. As you can see, this is gray. This is gray, and there you have the dark blue. And then when you have the original Viper, it is a lighter blue. So you have 4 different backpacks. I didn't bring up the officer backpack. All the exact same. Color schema is a little bit different. So he does come with the same. This comes with the same weapon that comes with all the Vipers, other than the officer. The officer does not come with this weapon. I don't think he does. I'm sorry. He may. I don't remember if there was 2 or 3. I think there's only 2 of these weapons in the 3-pack. And then they give you 3 of the other guns. The officer is made to be completely different. So here we have the magazine, which doesn't seem to want to go in, because it looks like they both have. This is me just rambling on, trying to figure stuff out on camera. But hey, you know what? This is always a good time to go ahead and take a second and make sure you subscribe to the channel so you can watch me ramble on about nothing. So, you know what? This is kind of aggravating. So we're going to pop this off. Maybe. Alright, so something just fell behind me. Alright, so same ammo. Alright, so I'm not sure why I'm struggling so much to get this one in. But maybe I would do it. Oh, there we go. So it has like 2 notches. So they're almost like identical. It's not bad because it makes it so it stays in there. But unfortunately, I don't know why I struggle with that one. I didn't struggle with any of the other ones. That one seemed to go in easier. And alright, so see, you guys right now are just watching and going like, man, this guy, he just rambles on and kind of an idiot. But hell, he's showing me the figures. Alright, so there we go. He does have his trusty sidearm. Again, this is more of a futuristic sidearm. I know people don't really seem to like it all that much, because you can tell that where you would load the clip, magazine, whatever you want to call it, it technically would not load. But I've never had a problem with some of the futuristic weapons. The futuristic weapons I didn't like was like the stuff that came with Duke. Actually, Duke's wasn't all that bad, to be honest, but roadblocks, beachheads, I didn't like those because they just didn't look like guns or rifles or anything like that. So I just wasn't a fan of those. I do like the more modern weapons, but when you look at this, I always thought of Cobra as supposed to be more futuristic, have maybe laser weapons, you know, stuff that Mars was making for him, you know? So here we go. I'm gonna open this guy's hand up. Now sometimes it's easier to warm these hands up, get their finger in there. Now he does have a trigger finger, but technically for this gun you don't need a trigger finger because there's no trigger hole there. And look at that. The first time I've seen this actually fall off on any of the figures. And I didn't heat them up, so get that back up there. So now we got a Python Patrol to go with my officer, to go with my Cobra Island, and then to go with the regular troopers. And again, let's see, his legs aren't bad. They seem a little wobbly. This one, he doesn't see it. You can see how it's kind of wobbly there. Showed you the Viper officer. These ones, again, kind of wobbly. I don't know why all the Vipers seem to be wobbly. This is one of my gripes when it comes to classified figures in Hasbro. See, again, it's very loose, but like tight enough that it stays in one spot. But the weight of this figure, if you don't hit it right, he technically will have an issue staying up. All right, so there you go. There is your Python Patrol Cobra Viper, the one we've waited over a year after putting it on pre-order. So let's take a look and let's finish up. All right, so there you have it. That is the Python Patrol Viper. I know sometimes I ramble on, but I think some of you guys actually enjoy that. Again, this is first reaction. maybe one day I will get into a more clean, crisp type video, but I really want first reaction videos. I want you guys to see what I'm seeing when I first open it. I don't go through the unboxing because I think we've seen enough classifieds unboxed. That's how he looks with the goggles on. I really wish they would have made it stretch a little bit better. I know one of my Vipers, it snapped. Maybe I have two. And one in the 3-pack seemed too small. Like, it's way too small. But anyway, I will say this. So my gripe with Hasbro, I mean, we all have gripes, but when I talk about the legs being wobbly, one of my issues that I really have is when they do a repaint, they don't go back and like fix the small gaps that might be causing something like this, where even though you've seen the videos about Valaverse, when he goes back, and hopefully at the end of the month I will be able to do some of those, some of the new figures, but when he goes back to redo his figures, he looks at where he made mistakes and he fixes them. Where Hasbro just seems like, okay, well, you know what, we put a Viper out, he looks amazing. All right, I mean, honestly, that Viper was awesome. And rather than saying, we know these all have wobbly legs, we're going to go tighten it up, fix the gaps there, and make it tighter for the consumers, they just say, hey, you know what, just repaint it. Let's throw it out there. Where, Valaverse, he goes back and he looks at the different issues, especially with like the tightness. He changed the plastic. He changed things around, and I'll have a good look at the Steel Brigade and the Swarm Trooper when they come in. And I should be getting them hopefully at the end of the month. But that's the type of stuff I want to see companies do. It's not just Hasbro, it's any company. If you see a mistake in one of your original figures, it doesn't matter how good it looks. If it has wobbly legs, let's go in and fix it. If they do another breaker, I hope they fix these legs. And these legs are used on other figures. That's where I really don't understand, like, where you have such a disconnect when it comes to certain parts of your brand. But as a company, they like to cut corners so they can save themselves a buck. As we know, we found out the CEO realized that consumers are not happy with raising prices. Anyway, what else am I going to say about that? Who is? So I'm going to get out of here. Python Patrol Viper. I think we're going to be able to find these pretty regularly soon. I hope so. I mean, you look at Canada, look at Toys R Us, it's crazy. They're all over the damn place. And you know what's even more aggravating? Where I had to drive today here in Michigan for my last call. Technically, Canada is closer to me than where I had to go for my last call. And to know that they're just like plentiful over there, they're like growing on trees. You got the casino over there. They're probably pulling the slots down, and vipers and bats and python. They're all popping out. People winning them. Not us. We're here in the USA going, wow, it'd be great to have a real American hero, but he's in all the other countries. What can you do? Anyway, I'm going to get out of here. You know the deal. Take a second, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, and hit that bell notification so you're notified every time I do a classified video. And we've seen all the figures that are coming out, so you know there's going to be lots of classified videos, but hell, you will be notified when I do other videos. Also, the social medias, you know what, A Punk with Toys, Instagram and Twitter, and the Facebook group page, Punks with Toys, because once you join, you're a punk with toys, and I will drop a link to that in this video. Anyway, I'm going to get out of here. Check out Target. Toys R Us if you're in Canada. I think someone in Brazil said they got it from Amazon. Not here. So, anyway, you have a wonderful day and happy toy hunting.